Hey everyone, Tim Schofield here, and Google just announced their latest budget device, the Pixel 8a, and this device has the latest Tensor G3 chipset that the Pixel 8 and 8 Pro has, along with a 120Hz display, and of course their proven cameras, and this phone starts at just $499. Now I will link to all the pre-order deals and where you can order it down in the description below, and Google also sent over the Pixel 8a case for us to check out, so thanks to them for sending these over for us to take a look at. And since the 8A has Google's Tensor G3 processor, you get more AI features on this actual phone. So let's dive into it, unboxing the Pixel 8A, see what comes in the box real quick, and then of course check out the hardware, get a little hands-on. Let's get started. Here it is, the new Pixel 8A from Google, along with the Pixel 8A case, both in the new aloe color. Great for summer, you know, you get a little sunburn, you gotta rub some aloe on it. Also, real quick, want to point out this will be focused more on hardware than the new software features coming, but I will talk about the new ones that are coming to the 8A. You do have the option of 128 gig base storage or 256 gigabytes in case you want a little bit more storage. Opening it up right away, you get to check out that aloe color. Let's take this out, flipping it over, lets you know there's that in-display fingerprint scanner where the buttons are. Peeling that off, there we go. Now I'm gonna boot this up for the first time, set it to the side, you know, build a little suspense. Let's see what else comes in the box. So you get a USB Type-C to USB Type-A adapter, which is great for transferring files if needed. You get an included USB Type-C to USB Type-C cable. You've also got a SIM ejection tool, plus inside this box, you've got your standard booklets, getting started guide, all that good info. Welcome to your Pixel. Now before we dive into it, let's take a close look at the hardware. So down at the bottom, you've got a microphone, USB Type-C port, one of your stereo speakers. I also want to point out, I do like this more matte aluminum that's on the side housing of the phone. It does look a little reflective for sure, but it's not glossy, so it's not going to collect a lot of fingerprints. You've got your volume rockers plus the power button above it. A little bit different. Sometimes you see the power button below the volume rockers. Interested to hear if you guys have an overall preference. Make note, very minimal camera bump. I mean, there is one, this camera bar does protrude out just a little bit, but it is extremely minimal and will sit flush, which is always nice. Up towards the top here, you've got another microphone. And on the left side here, you just have your SIM card slot, and that's about it. Now flipping it over, just a close look at that aloe color, a G logo right in the middle, and there is our camera bar with the 8A's camera system. The main wide-angle lens is 64 megapixels with optical image stabilization and super res zoom up to 8 times, which is great because there is no dedicated telephoto camera, but you also get a 13 megapixel ultra-wide camera. On top of this color, you also have obsidian, porcelain, and bay. We are all set and ready to go. Let's take a look at that display. The Pixel 8a has a 6.1-inch 1080p OLED display at a 20:9 aspect ratio. I'd also like to point out they've bumped up the nits brightness to max of 2000 nits, which is really nice to see, especially when you're outside. Interestingly enough, as I'm scrolling through the phone, it doesn't seem like they have their smooth display enabled out of the box, so go into settings real quick and display, and make sure to check that smooth display to take advantage of that 120 hertz refresh rate. It'll look a lot smoother. Yes, it will drain battery life, so if you're trying to save battery life, you can just bump it back down to 60. Quickly, going into the camera app, you'll see you do have access to your 0.5 ultra-wide angle lens, and there's a 2x button for that digital zoom, a long exposure portrait mode, night sight panorama, and there are more features. You'll also get some of their more popular features in this camera system that are on the Pixel 8 and 8 Pro. You can use the Magic Editor, Magic Eraser for editing pictures, and even their best take to change the faces on the people you're taking pictures of. I do have a demo video, I can link to that down in the description. And when filming video, you also get the Audio Magic Eraser to get rid of unwanted sounds in the backgrounds of your videos. And Google's really focusing on their AI. And with the Google Assistant, you can also try out Gemini, which will give you contextual feedback based on what you ask it. And last but not least, you do have a 4,492 milliamp hour battery inside. You do get wireless charging and an IP67 dust and water resistance rating. And as promised, let's look at that Pixel 8a case that they sent over in that aloe color. Really nice, softer touch back with just a little bit of grip to it. So let's grab our phone and just set it on down into the case so we can take a look at some of the cutouts. So down at the bottom, a bit of a cutout around that charging port. The buttons on the side, the volume and power button, are completely covered. A nice cutout for the camera bar, and the case does sit on top of the camera bar to help protect it. But overall, cutouts all look really great, and it's it's comfortable to hold in the hand. It's got a nice, softer touch feel. You also have other color options, so you don't just have to match your phone's color with your case if you don't want to. And also a really big one, and big props to Google for this, 7 years of software updates. You'll get those feature drops, security updates as well. So that just proves their dedication to this device and the longevity. Oh, and by the way, Google's Pixel tablet can also be purchased on its own. It doesn't need to have the stand. I personally really love it with the stand, but if you're looking for just the tablet, that's now an option. Anyways, that's it from me on the brand new Pixel 8a from Google. I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe as well. A lot more content coming soon. Follow me on other socials, Instagram. I'll get some short form testing up as well. And as always, thanks for watching.